Hey guys, welcome back to Down the Stretch. This is for Sunday, the 6th of June, the second day in the 2-day race card. This is St. Ledger Day, so let's just get right into it. The first race is for 3-year-old maiden race, 9 starters. They go 5 furlongs round. I'm going to boil this race down to 4. They're going to the 1, Dreamer Corner, the 4, Duchess, the 6, Good Conscience, and the 8 all together. Okay, Dreamer's Corner, 3-year-old filly. Decently bred, successful native out of Dream Point, ridden by Radish Roman, trained by Ian Passard. So this horse is the half-sister to Huntsman and Provident. So decent bloodline there. Decent works. 15th of June, galloped 3 furlongs in 36.4 with Roaring Kitty. Roaring Kitty not the fastest of horses, but that's a decent workout. The last workout come to this race, 29th of June, 4 furlongs in 50-1 with Mahogany. So training pretty well come to the event and expecting a good turnout by this Dreamer's Corner. So if she gets a good start from that one draw, should run a decent race. The 4, Duchess, Omar Walker riding for Anthony Nunes. 2 consecutive seconds in the last 2 starts. Last time out, chased, cut out until they flattened out in the stretch, and the Roaring Kitty stayed on strong to win by 2 lengths. Duchess finished second. Before that was second by 3 lengths to Woman in Love, who used lone speed to get away from them early. So Duchess is in here with a good shot, showing her well-being and her fitness. Definitely looks like the horse that possibly should fight this race out. The 6, Good Conscience, 126 pounds. Richard Henry will claim 3 kilos for Fitzroy Gillespie. Last time out, had the lead early, tackled by Alive, but stayed on to 52nd by 4.5 lengths. Alive has come back to run a good race up in class, so that's saying good here for the chances of this Good Conscience. Working well coming to the race, and possibly might be the horse they're going all have to beat. The 8 altogether, Paul Francis riding for Ryan Darby. Lackluster run last time out on the 17th of May when beaten by No Apology. I think I'm going to toss that out because before that was second by 7 lengths to Queen Latifah, who was flashing speed, had Woman in Love behind in that race. Was supposed to run on the 15th of June, but was scratched lame. But since has come back and been trotting, hacking a strong 9 furlong canter, so they're straining altogether for a little stamina there. So those are the 4 I think it comes down to. If you're going to buy a high 5, squeezing one more into it, probably put in the 9, Legal Fight. Decently bred colt out of Buzz Nightmare. Saraceni out of Coded Warning. Rothammer Weir claiming 4 kilos for Patrick Lynch on debut. Going 5 furlongs straight, was 9th by 10 lengths at the quarter pole and finished 5th by 8 lengths, 8.5 lengths behind Native Flyer and Enthusiastic. Going around the bend now, and that run, I'm pretty sure, sharpened up this Legal Fight. Still busy at the exercise. Wouldn't surprise if Legal Fight runs his way into the exotics. The second race, native bred 4-year-olds and up maidens. 8 starters going 5 furlongs round. Horses with below average ability. So I'm going to boil this race down to 3. They're going to be the 3, Noble Sovereign, the 7, Sensational Gift, and the 8, Alkebulan. Okay, Noble Sovereign, 126 pounds, what Richie Shakes will claim 3 kilos off of that for Donovan Clark. 3 good runs, last 3 starts, was third by 7 lengths to Noble Monarch. That's his stablemate. That was at 5 furlongs round. Next start at 6 furlongs. Tried to make all the running, but got caught in the last furlong, finishing second by 6 lengths to Another Mission. Sprague was behind him there. Sprague came back to win. His last start, going 5.5 furlongs. Chased the speed the whole way, finishing second by a length. That was to Kensia, who had the lone speed and got away with it. Had Sensational Gift 7 lengths behind in that race. Was supposed to run on the 17th of May, but was scratched lame. But come back since that, working well. Has a workout the 29th of June. Galloped 3 furlongs in 37.3. So that looks pretty decent for this Noble Sovereign. Definitely give him a shot of pulling this off. The 7, Sensational Gift. They've called now for Philip Parchment, a bustling rider here for Victor Williams. On the 8th of June was the 1-5 favourite and pulled up and did not finish that race. Came back 3 weeks later, going 7 furlongs. Didn't raise a gallop, was 4th by 13 lengths at the half mile, finishing 5th by 24 lengths to Sprague. They've now taken off the figure 8. So back to how he ran when he ran on the 17th of May, going 7 furlongs when he ran second. If fit, should show some pace in this race. Trotting and hacking come to the race. I think Sensational Gift is sound. And they've called for a very strong and aggressive rider. So that's saying a lot. If this horse was not so sound, I don't think you'd have put up a bustling rider like Philip Parchment. So expecting a much better run here from Sensational Gift. And the 8, Alkebulan. Top weight, 126 pounds, but gets Radish Roman once again for Errol Burke. The last 3 starts, good runs. 5 furlong straight, was second by half a length to Bomb Night, then came back and finished third by 5 lengths to Cherry Blossom. Cherry Blossom came up in class and ran some good races. And Alkebulan was right on the pace with them. Last time out, 4 furlong straight, tried to make all the running, but was caught by Lucky Papa. Had Hickory Slim behind in that race by 3 lengths. Only a trot coming into this race on the 2nd July, so mostly doing his work probably at the pool. In my opinion, the fastest horse in the race, and if holding the gallop round the bends, is definitely the horse I think they're going to have to catch. But as I said, I think the winner comes from one of those 3. The 3rd race, Native Bred 5-year-olds and up maiden. 8 starters going 4 furlong straight. Another race with some below average horses. I'm going to boil this race down to 4. They're going to be the 1, She Who Has No Name. The 2, Blinding Light. The 3, Lady Katgara, and the 5, Planner. Okay, She Who Has No Name. 117 pounds. Natalie Berger will claim 3 kilos off of that for trainer Michael Marlowe. Nothing in recent times. Last time out the 28th of June for optional 200,000 claimer. Basically the same level at this distance. Finished 8 by 19 lengths against Queen Zan and Silver Fox. Before that was 4th by 13 lengths to Body Move, who won by 9 lengths. Blinding Light was second there. Capable of much better. Active at the exercise. Having some long canters. So canters, when you canter long like this, you're generally trying to build stamina. So she does show some speed in some of her races. So maybe that's the plan here, to try to get out of the 1 hole fast and try to get that lead. So with those stamina works, expecting a good run here from this She Who Has No Name. The 2, Blinding Light, 126 pounds, but Rata Jamiro will claim 4 off of that for trainer Gary Griffiths. Gary Griffiths, decent trainer. When he carries a horse fit to a race, generally runs good. Last time out at this distance, 5th by 5.5 lengths against Queen Zan in that same race that She Who Has Name was in. Before that was second by 9 lengths to Body Move. So running consistent. Also one of those working out. He's hacking and trotting. Has won 9 furlong canter. So they're just keeping him fit, I think, for this race. Runs well over the straight course. And looks like the horse that they're going all have to beat. The 3, Lady Katgara. Shane Richardson here riding for Rowan Matthew. Shane rode this horse last time out in that same race with Queen Zan, staying on strong to finish 4th by 4 1/4 lengths. Last good run though was the 23rd of March, going 6 furlongs. Pressed the pace the entire way before being outkicked in the final furlong to finish 3rd by 2 lengths to Medal Award and Empress in the Breeze. In my opinion, very fit right now, has works coming to this race. Gate work, 5 furlongs straight in 1:12. But that was really a 3 furlong work, because they went the first 3 furlongs in 37.2. So that's very sharp for a race like this. That's making this Lady Katgara look like she's in here with a good shot of getting the job done. And the 5, Planner, Richard Shakes claiming 3 kilos here from Michael Marlowe. Only 2 starts on debut, 17th of May, 6 by 11 lengths to Last Hurrah. And then last time out, 3rd by 12 lengths in that same race with Body Move. But kept busy at the exercise, strode 7 furlongs in 1:40 the 22nd of June. Cantered 9 furlongs, strode 3 furlongs in 40. Some stamina works coming to this race. The lightest race horse in the race and active at exercise. Planner looks really, really tempting if it gets a good price. So probably take a chance with that one. The 4th race, 3-year-olds and up, optional claiming, 700,000 to 600,000, and 6-year-olds and up, 9 of 4. A field of 8 going 5 furlongs straight. 1 down to 4. They're going to be the 1, Turn on the Light. The 2, Jaguar. The 3, Basilicus, and the 7, Prince Marshall. Turn on the Light, Ashdane Robinson claiming 4 kilos here for Orville Johnson. Put in a good run last time out, going 5.5 furlongs. Pressed the pace, then picked up the lead to the furlong pole before being outkicked by Big Argument. So that's a pretty decent run there by Turn on the Light. Hasn't been seen over the straight in many moons, but is capable, even from the 1 draw, as long as the apprentice decides not to drift across the track and just keep a straight course. Expecting this Turn on the Light, who's active at the exercise, to put in another good run. 2, Jaguar, Robert Halladine, has a ride here for Jason DaCosta, recently claimed. Definitely the fastest horse in the race. This horse is the speedball of the race, but hits a brick wall heading to the last furlong in most of the races. Last time out at this level, pressed right through and was beaten by Emperor the Cat. This was back in May. Emperor the Cat came back, go up in class, going around the bends and won. So That's saying a strong possibility for Jaguar to get this done. He was fourth by 4 lengths to the very fit KP choice, rejected Raja and Generational back in April. Trotting coming to this event. So is sound, kept fit, possibly even swimming. And Jaguar is the horse that they're all going to have to catch. The 3, Basilicus. Wesley Henry riding here for Alfred Brown, coming in pretty light, 115 pounds. After a good run last time out on the 15th of June, the class below this. Tried to make all the running, but was caught by Russia the Warrior and Rusty at this distance. Running some good races before that too. Before he was claimed by Alfred Brown, was fourth by 4 3/4 lengths to Rusty and was fourth by 4 1/4 lengths to Funamita. But even though stepping up in class, does have some pace, seems to be fit, active at the exercise. Watch out for Basilicus to put in a good run. And the 7, that's Prince Marshall. Emilia McLean claiming 4 kilos for Ryan Darby. So coming in extremely light. I'm going to toss that last time out, the 22nd of March. That was for a million claimers. Wasn't putting it together. Obviously something went wrong in that race. Before that had a good second to Exotic Light and Rosha the Warrior at this level basically. Trotting come to the race, not really spectacular, but they've called for Emilia McLean, who's riding pretty well, claiming off that weight. Does possess a lot of back class, and if a fit Prince Marshall turns up, expecting a good run from him. Going to throw a long shot in the race for those who want to buy the exotic bets. A horse who possibly can sneak into the exotics is going to be the 5, Tap It Good. Gavin Harris claiming 4 kilos here for David Powell. A winner, 2 classes below this, over the straight course, impressively by 5 lengths in a minute and 2/5. Although beating a Wheatfield, Buzz Assault and Absolute Blue, stepped up to this level, 2 classes up, and was only half a length third at the top of the lane, going 5.5 furlongs in that same race with big argument and turn on the light. So this Tap It Good is very fit right now, very speedy, but doesn't seem to have to rush the lead. The last time out didn't really have to rush that lead. So a long shot in the event that can squeeze into exotics could be Tap It Good. But to me, I think Jaguar gets the green light here and looks like the horse they're all going to have to beat. The 5th race, native bred 5 wheels and up, numbers of 3 and imported 5 wheels and up, numbers of 2, a field of 8 going 7 furlongs. This race I might get a lot of heat for because I'm going to leave horses that a lot of people going to carry. But I'm going to run through it and give the reason. Okay, I'm going to boil this race down to 4 horses. Okay, they're going to be the 1, Always Right, the 4, Captain Philip, the 6, The Real Identity, and the 7, Charming Sound. If you note, I'm going for all of the horses that are deep closers, horses who run on in the stretch. Reason being, there's 2 pace horses in the race. One of them I know have issues, not really working. That's Password. And the other one is Show Me the Butcher, who is a pace horse, but does crack under pressure. And I think it's a recipe for disaster if these 2 horses hook up early. So I think it turns out to be a horse coming from off the pace. I could be wrong, but I'm just going with my gut feeling. So number 1, Always Right. Anthony Allen claiming 2 kilos here for Michael Marlowe. Michael Marlowe has some useful horses running today. Last time out was second by a nose to Papa Gray. Had Password behind in that race going 7.5 furlongs. And note, Always Right was prominent at the half mile in that race. So that's looking up for Always Right, who tends to sit way off the pace and then comes with a big run. Active at the exercise, the 29th of June has a sharp work, 3 furlongs in 37.4. So that's telling me that Always Right is prime for this event. And even from the 1 draw, if he gets a good start and doesn't get bogged down early, should be coming with his late run in the stretch, her late run I mean. The 4, Captain Philip, a horse who I thought should have left this class a long time ago, but is still here because this horse is also a deep closer, sits way off the pace, comes with the run. Also, was quite early. Last time out in that same race with Papa Gray, was only 4 lengths off at the half mile. Finished 4th by 2.5 lengths, coming wide into the stretch. Getting this 9 pound off the weight is going to suit this Captain Philip. And as if it runs how I suspect that the pace horses might run themselves into the ground, Captain Philip has a good shot at running on. He's busy at the exercise as well, so very sound, very strong horse. Barrington Dawes, a very astute trainer. Captain Philip coming to run. The 6, The Real Identity, only 4 starts to date, has not run a bad race. On the 26th of April, impressive run to me, a very poor field, but it was such an impressive run. Came out very slow, was left at the back, was 16 lengths 6 at the half mile, and managed to win by 11 lengths, beating a weak field, but just the fact that he made up 28 lengths is very impressive. Stepped up in class to 6.5 furlongs, broke slow again, 14 lengths off the lead at the half mile, finished 3rd by a length to Medal Award and Money Box. Money Box came back and won. Recently, his last start, he won by 8.5 lengths from Moneybox. And as I said, Moneybox just came back and won. So at none winners of 2. So that's telling me that the real identity at this level, very, very, very capable. And if coming away clean at the start and coming in here extremely light, has another good shot of getting the job done. And my dark horse, what I love in this race is the 7 Charming Sound, coming in extremely light with Jaheim Anderson claiming 4 kilos for a very dangerous train of Tensan Chung. Last time out, 5th by 6 lengths in the race with Kismet. Kismet went up in class and ran a big second. Charming Sound was 9th by 13 lengths at the half mile in this race and finished 5th by 6 lengths after coming out of the gate slow. Before that was in that same race with Sarah Wangdan finishing 6th by 4 lengths when a bit too early for her own good. Had a third to the Hot Dancer at 6 furlongs when prompting the pace and finishing 3rd. So I'm kind of liking this Charming Sound. I think she's worth a wager. Busy at the exercise, has works coming into it, and the handicaps very, very favorable for this Charming Sound. So I'm going out on a limb here, and my outsider for the day is Charming Sound. But as I said, this is a very tactical race. I could be wrong. I leave off 2 of the speed horses, and one of them could get the speed and nobody goes with him and win. I understand that fact, but I just have a feeling that it sets up for a stretch runner. So don't kill me in the comments. The 6th race, nature bred 4-year-old and up, and honors of 2, and imported 4-year-olds and up maiden. Field of 8, going 5.5 furlongs. 1 is down to 4. They're going to be the 1, Never, the 2, Cherry Blossom, the 6, Military Light, and the 8, Chinita Estrella. Never. Running very useful races in recent time. Last time out going 9 furlongs and 25 yards. Finished 3rd by 12 lengths after being prominent all the way to the half mile, and then out-kicked by the lone speed of Hit and Run. Uncle Peck finished there. Uncle Peck came back to win. I think the 9.25, a little stretch for this Never. I think he prefers sprinting. Last time sprinting at 6 furlongs. Pressed the pace right throughout. Finished 2nd by 2.5 lengths to Chief Dissident. Had Military Light 2.5 lengths, 2 3/4 lengths behind in that race. And before that at 7 furlongs was a leader by 4 lengths at the half mile before being caught and passed by the very improved Provident. So that's saying highly of this Never in this race. Back to sprinting now. Gets the 1 draw. Does have good tactical speed and claiming 2 kilos. Never has a very good shot here of pulling this off. The 2, Cherry Blossom. This was my gamble horse last time out on the 28th of June when went clear early, but then was rated by the rider under a tight hold coming to the top of the lane while all the other horses were under a ride. This Cherry Blossom was turning for home. The jockey looked like he had a ton in hand, but when asked Cherry Blossom to roll, and this was going around the bends, she was out-kicked by Solace and Successful Man in Deep Stretch. So that was expected because this horse mainly runs over the straight course. So I think just turning for home, the rider should have turned her loose from the 3 furlong marker and made them try to catch her, but that's part of racing. This time around, they've put up veteran Clive Lynch in the saddle here for Colin Ferguson. And off of the strength of the last run, this Cherry Blossom possibly is the horse that they're going to have to beat if she's allowed to slip away on that lead. The 6, Military Light now. If there is a pace scenario where they hook up early, this is the horse that will capitalize in the stretch. Because if they get cooked on that headline, you're going to see Military Light charging home. This horse comes from off the pace when the pace is hot, and if they crack, he's the horse that will squeeze through that little opening. So Tyrese Anderson claiming 4 kilos here for the very dangerous Gary Griffiths. Last time out 6.5 furlongs was 7 by 6.5 lengths in that same race with Solace. After coming out very slow, just wasn't putting it in that event. Before that, they had 5 furlongs round, 10 by 10 lengths at the half mile and flew home to finish 2nd by 4.5 lengths to Linstead Market. So capable here, and as I said, if there's a pace scenario where they go too fast, too early, it's going to suit this Military Right coming fast in deep stretch. And Chinita Estrella, trained by Stephen Todd, Demar Williams has this ride now, claiming 3 kilos, so coming in very light, this Chinita Estrella. I'm going to toss that last one over the 5 straight in that race. That was a very strange race, won by Design Diva. Had Cherry Blossom flying home, finished 2nd in that event. Before that, going 5.5 furlongs, prominent, before being out-kicked in the final furlong, finishing 4th by 4.5 lengths to Bushfire. Military Light was 2nd there. Over the straight course, finished 3rd by 8 lengths to Princess Catalea and Buttercup. So capable, useful, 5.5, I don't think going to be a problem. Probably stalks this pace, gets a good draw outside, so won't be burdened going into that half mile turn. Gets a good position, coming in very light, busy at the exercise, very dangerous trainer who's in farm right now, expecting a good run from this Chinita Estrella. But as I said, this is a very tough race to really pinpoint a winner. Cherry Blossom, if she gets loose on that lead, probably wins it. She has a veteran rider in the saddle, never very fit right now, and probably won't let her slip off. So they might set up themselves in a speed battle. And if that happens, you're going to get Military Light charging home. So one of those four, I think, going to win this race. The 7th race, 3 years and up, overnight allowance, the Royal Dad Trophy. 6 horses, and they go 9 furlongs and 25 yards. And I'm going to just boil this race down to 2. They're going to be the 3, Rainsville, and the 5, Blue Vinyl. Okay, Rainsville. Tyrese Anderson is going to claim 4 kilos here off 125 pounds for trainer Richard Azan. Rainsville has run against some of the better horses in recent times. Last time out was third by 6.5 lengths to Rhythm Buzz, who won by 6.5 lengths, beating Blue Vinyl. That was going a mile. Rainsville comes from off the pace. Busy at the exercise, has some good works coming here. 22nd of June, galloped 3 furlongs in 36.3, and then recently had a nice workout of 6 furlongs in 119.2. Sounds slow, but that's a nice stamina workout. So basically, I think he went really slow for the first half mile and then galloped strong the last 2 furlongs. So that's a strengthening workout for this Rainsville. If the pace is quick, and when I say quick, for 9 furlongs and 25 yards, if you get a 25 for the quarter and maybe 49 for the half mile, that's going to be very quick for 2-turn races. So if he gets a pace like that and is not too far off it, which I don't think he's going to be too far off in a small field like this, it suits this Rainsville to catch the horses that are getting tired in the stretch. So I'm giving this Rainsville a top shot of pulling this race off. But the horse he's going to have to beat, I think, is definitely going to be the 5, Blue Vinyl. Represents somewhat of a class horse at the event. Comes in with a top weight of 126 pounds. Does get Radish Roman this time around for Gary Sobrati, but not the horse of yesteryears. He does have his problems. Most of his races he's been trotting. He has a workout which is back in May the 13th when he galloped 5.5 in 111.2, but is mostly ponied and trotting. So definitely has his issue, but does have a lot of early pace, especially in a 9 furlong and 25 race, where if he gets to dictate the terms, will prove a very elusive target. Last time he went this distance though, got tackled up in a speed duel and felt the pressure in the stretch and faded to finish 5th by 10 lengths, but that was beaten by top class Run Julie Run. So that says a lot for this Blue Vinyl. Last time out, 2nd by 6 lengths, pressing the pace the whole way. Before that was 2nd by a neck when coming from off the pace against Interesting Time Ahead, but Major Danger was the lone speed in that event. But this time around in this small field, he's going to be the horse that I think they're going to have to catch is Blue Vinyl. But working it out, I think I might lean towards Rainsville. Because Rainsville, if he gets the nice pace in front of him, if you remember back when he ran against Run Julie Run, he came from way off the pace going a mile to beat Run Julie Run when she hooked up with unbelievable force. Sheer Delight finished 3rd in that event. A reproduction of a run like that would say Rainsville winning this race, coming in so much lighter than Blue Vinyl. For the trifecta, I think it's going to be between Provident or Atlantic Convoy. Probably leaning towards Provident to get the 3rd because Atlantic Convoy does possess some pace, and going this 2-turn race where the pace is not going to be extremely fast, I think Atlantic Convoy might be the horse to try to take the fight to Blue Vinyl early. But Provident last time out showed speed, but that was also in a small race where he won impressively. But he is stepping up in class, but he's improving rapidly now, and he does have the potential to stalk and run on. So if Atlantic Convoy hooks up with Blue Vinyl, you might see Providence staying on to grab hold of that trifecta spot. And here now is a little bonus clip of Royal Dad winning the Derby, Winston Griffiths winning his first Derby in respect to the great Royal Dad.
Is the Royal Dad, 3.5 furlongs out, 3 lengths clear of the bus, and Winston Griffiths at the stage looks as though he's going to win his first Derby. Sirocco and the forceful native makes their move. Then comes Red Fury, Zalandrino right behind them, Spectacular One, Superman, and frontal attack as they come out of the final part of the turn. Royal Dad is crowded by the boss, and as they straighten up, it's anybody's race. Royal Dad on the inside is under pressure from the boss, and Mouton Cadet on the outside. Sirocco and Forceful Native come forward. They're a furlong and a half away from home, and Royal Dad is fighting back on the boss, and now Royal Dad begins to show his class in the Derby. He begins to sprint away from them. Winston Griffiths will land his first Derby this afternoon. Royal Dad becomes a super horse in Jamaica. He wins it over the boss and Forceful Native. Sirocco is fourth, Red Fury fifth.
The 8th race, the Knutsford Park Cup. Native bred 3-year-old maidens. 8 starters going 6.5 furlongs. Going to boil this race down to 4. They're going to be the 1 Star Quest, the 4 He's Sensational, the 6 Secret Sensation, and the 8 Mineola. Okay, Star Quest. Shane Ellis now gets this ride for champion trainer Jason DaCosta. Was up my gamble horse last time out, but didn't run how I thought he should. I thought he should have been held up for a run, but went the early pace and paid the price in the stretch, finishing 4th by 9 3/4 lengths to Cop Car. But prior to that, going a mile, was 7 by 10 lengths at the half mile, stayed on to finish 3rd by 10 lengths, but that was being beaten by Bob the Builder, who finished a close second in the 2,000 guineas, and he won by 10 lengths. Cop Car was second, only a neck in front of Starcrest. Starcrest broke very slow in that race, and as I said, if he was held up last time out, I think he would have run a better race, but he went the pace. Now with Shameless in the saddle, I think a more patient ride from the 1 draw. I don't think he's going to be left too far behind them and Stocks, and I think Starcrest has a grand shot now of pulling this race off. The 4, He's Sensational, Radish Roman, once again has this ride for Alfred Brown. Last time out, tried to make all the running, but caught in the final furlong, beaten second by 3.5 lengths by Benison. And Benison shows that he has a little bit of a stamina on his side. Was 8.5 lengths though in front of Uncle Baba in that race. So the last time out definitely showed that he might possess some pace, and if allowed to dictate terms here, He's Sensational could prove a very dangerous horse to peg back in this run to the wire. The 6, Secret Sensation. Akeem Grant going to claim 4 kilos here for Kyle Anderson. Last time out over the 5 straight, came from off the pace to finish second by half a length to Midnight Run. That was a race for horses who have not finished in the 1-2 in all their starts. He broke slow in that race and ran on, and did manage to beat Papiuso, so that's why I'm not really carrying Papiuso in this event. Workout coming to this race, 21st of June, had a workout of 5 furlong straight, 104.2. The first 4 is done in 49.2 with stablemate Super Alex. So the Secret Sensation probably getting his act together and coming in light, giving him a shot at running a decent race. And the number 8, Mineola, Robert Halladine, has this ride now for Jason DaCosta. So interesting entry now. Last time out, Mineola showed nothing at this as the 85 favorite, but I'm pretty sure this Mineola does have some pace, and I'm expecting from the wide draw, I think Halladine is going to send Mineola early, so we might get a speed duel early with Mineola and this He's Sensational early, and if that happens and they collapse in the stretch, it's going to definitely suit the other DaCosta runner, Star Quest. So it's a toss up on pace here. If someone gets the lead and gets away by 2 lengths early, possibly wins, but if they do hook up and battle early, I think Starcrest will get the job done. The 9th and final, the feature event, the second leg of the Triple Crown, the Jamaica St. Ledger, native bred 3-year-old for 30, grade 1, big field of 14, 10 furlongs. Let's get into it. I'm boiling this race down to 5 horses. They're going to be 3, Burning Hedge, the 4, Sensational Soul, the 9, Bob the Builder, the 11, I Dream Again, and the 14, Hansa. Okay. Burning Hedge, top 3-year-old filly, winner of the 1,000 guineas. Once again has Radish Roman in the saddle here for Carl Anderson. Ran her usual genuine race, coming from off the pace last time out in the guineas to win impressively by 5 lengths, beating Linguist and Mighty Gully. Her main opposition that day, something went awry. That was Social Aviator, and that one was pulled up in the event, finishing last. But this Burning Hedge, going from strength to strength, this horse was winner of the 2-year-old stakes last year. Was second in the Portmore, coming from off the pace, grabbed the lead but was outkicked by Social Aviator. A genuine as it comes 3-year-old filly. She's peaking at the right time. Workouts come to this the 28th of June from the gate, 5 furlong straight, 1 minute flat, the first 4 and 47.1. So she's trained for some speed. I don't think they want her to be left too far behind in this big field to have to circle too many horses. And this Burning Hedge definitely has a grand shot of getting it right. The 4, the 2,000 guineas winner, Sensational Soul. This horse has also gone on from strength to strength. Is on a hat-trick of wins now. Last time out in the 2,000 guineas. Start the pace and then made his move under the Canterman to get the job done by 3/4 of a length from the fighting Bob the Builder. Before that in the Kingston, start the pace and then ran through again. So this horse has grit and fights. Anytime you see a horse that wins in close finishes, that's genuinely a very tough horse, because you're going to have to really get away from him to beat him. So depending on the tactics Shane is going to use here to sit close and then try to pounce again, definitely sensational soul if he gets this 10 furlongs. Not really bred for 10 furlongs on the dam side, but on the stallion side, should get the trip. Working welcome to this race as I work out the 29th of June, 7 furlongs in 131 and 2. And once again, this sensational soul is coming to give it his all and should fight it out. The 9, the horse that's improving rapidly at the right time, is Bob the Builder. Philip Parchment now gets the ride as Radish Roman has jumped off. So Parchment will ride for Greg Fennell, but this Parchment is a bustling and aggressive rider. And this Bob the Builder does have a lot of early pace. His last time out was 2 lengths clear at the furlong pole before being caught by Sensational Soul. Much better for that run. Going to get a much more relaxed pace this time around, going 2 turns. Paced 9 furlongs on the 29th of June in a very nice 2:04. So this Bob the Builder is peaking at the right time. He's well bred. He's bred for stamina. He's out of Hedge Run by Sound of Miracle. He's out of Miracle Man. So this horse is bred to get the distance of ground. Improving right here. It's only 4 starts, and if the 2 Guinness horses gets upset, it wouldn't be surprising if it turns out to be Bob the Builder making all on the headlines. The 11, I Dream Again. This is also a very dangerous horse. Robert Halladine has the ride here for Jason DaCosta. Only 4 starts. Impressive win on debut, going 5.5 furlongs, winning by 9 lengths. Next start, flash speed in the Prince Consort, but out-kicked in the stretch. Next start, the Kingston. Start the pace, out-finished again, finishing 4th by 4.5 lengths to Sensational Soul. But the last time out now, did not really attack the pace early, was trying to be rated, and ran very well. He was 3rd by 5 and 3/4 lengths to Sensational Soul and Bob the Builder. So also one that is improving at the right time, has Soul Warrior as the stallion, which has some stamina. On the dam side, Legal Process also shows some stamina in his offsprings. So this I Dream Again, possibly with a very mild pace expected, could possibly shoot a big run at Bob the Builder early, and if assumes the lead and gets kick off and relax, could be a very dangerous horse in the stretch, because he is working very well. Had a workout with Mighty Gully, 7 furlongs in 131, beat Mighty Gully in that workout. So keeping an eye on this I Dream Again, who is improving at the right time. And the danger horse in the event, the 14, Hansa. Wesley Henry riding here for Richard Azan now. This horse is bred basically for a turf on the dam side. He's an Australian offspring on the dam side. The grandfather of this horse on the dam side was a big miler in Australia. So Hansa has the credentials to become a very, very useful filly. She won the Thornbird Stakes back in April, coming from off the pace, 2 by a length and a half, beating Social Aviator after coming out slow at the start. Was freshened up for this. For the 1,000 guineas, got a 2-month spell. First time going a mile. Hit the front at the top of the lane, but little rustiness caught up with her, and she finished 4th by 12 lengths to Burning Hedge. With that run behind her now, and working brilliantly coming into this race, this Hansa, once 100% fit, and I definitely think she gets the 10 furlongs. 8-1, that's a good value for money. If the favourites are upset in this race, I'd look no further than this Hansa. Okay guys, I hope you have some luck on St. Leisure Day. Remember to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, and as always, stay safe.